Good evening, everyone. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Tom. And after all these years, it's nice to see that Aaron has finally admitted that I'm the best man. Now, I hope that you've had an amazing time so far and continue to have a fantastic time as the evening goes by. I'd also like to apologize in advance if I, in any way, ruin that in the next few minutes. Talking of a few minutes, it's often said that the best man's speech is the worst minutes of the groom's life. I'm also told by reliable sources that the worst minutes of Monica's life comes later, when all of the guests have gone home. I'm joking. I'm just kidding. Whew, I flew off. All right. I heard that from personal experience, that it's a difficult task choosing a best man. But with Aaron, like most things in life, it's become more difficult as time went on. His first choice was his funniest friend, Simon. Unfortunately, he said no. So then he thought, he'd choose his most cleverest friend, Jamie. But again, unfortunately, the offer was declined. At the third attempt, he turned to his most handsome friend, Cheyenne. But sadly, it was a no yet again. And as you can probably imagine, Aaron was getting pretty desperate. That's when he called me into his room. And to be honest, hearing Aaron's quivering little voice, I decided, I can't do that to my brother. I couldn't turn him down for a fourth time. And as part of my job today, I get the task of saying a few words about today's main man. And I can honestly say that he's one of the most handsome, most funny man you'll ever meet, and I'm proud to call him my brother. And in all seriousness, I've known Aaron all my life. We grew up together, we played together, we stood up for each other, we did all manner of things together. And Aaron is a man of few words. But to those closest to him, you would know that when those few words came out, those very few words would kill you with laughter. And I can tell you dozens of stories of how my brother brightens up a whole room just by spouting ridiculous, subtle things. But I can also tell you those few words that helps empower and encourage other people. Though my brother is quiet and subtle, I want to tell you about the groom today who would go above and beyond to make someone feel loved, accepted, and made special. And that's Aaron. He's a man who can bring everyone together in a room and make everyone a part of his family, friend, family, or otherwise. And I can tell you stories of how much I love my brother, but I want to stand here today to tell you how much we are all loved by Aaron. Now, because of those stories I could tell you about Aaron over the years would in no doubt incriminate myself and get me in trouble. Again, I decided to be careful about what I would say today. So I definitely will be telling you about the times he used to greet everyone in front of my house wearing his signature tidy whities whenever we would all leave to go on a trip. And I definitely won't tell you about the story about the time where there was about 15 of us squished into one car trying to break a world record while our groom was waiting outside instructing our friend Pat to put the reverse camera on just so he can show off his bare naked butt for all of us in the car, and we're all trapped inside so we can all watch and suffer. So you can tell just by looking at Aaron that not a lot has changed really. But I know that we've always been there for each other and when things got tough. And I'm proud to call him my brother. And I can honestly stand here and take a jab at Aaron every day, all the day long, but I just want to impart one last bit of wisdom onto our groom and our bride. It is said in Proverbs chapter 18, verse 22, he who finds a good wife finds a good thing and finds favor from the Lord. Amen. And I can tell you now that this marriage is blessed because I know in my heart that Aaron did find a good wife in Monica. And I know and I pray for success and blessings for their future. And I know that God has his favor and his hands in this marriage and unity. Amen. So if I could ask you all to join me in a toast to the happy couple, the bride and the groom, to Aaron and Monica.
Excellent. Oh, that was so sweet. Except for that. the butt on the camera. Now Monica can see it, so that's great. Never mind. Don't worry about it. Next up is me. And I will, full disclosure, I never do like speeches. So I am winging it up here. I did my vows the morning of the wedding, so I'm like all about last minute. Right down to the final minute. So, what can I say about Monica? I mean, I've never been more stressed in my life than I have in the past 6 to 8 months because of this whole shit. And look at her, no remorse or regret. And that's basically Monica's life, no remorse or regret. It's how I want to live at the best of times. And it's inspirational until you're on the other end of the receiving end of it, and it's not so great. And then you're all like, I would never treat you this way. But anyway, I digress. I'm kidding. I love you. Oh, goodness. So, look, Monica is a bit like she's just the life of the party when she wants to be. She has a certain amount of spirits in her drawer, though. She can get quite depleted quite easily, but she still fakes it till she makes it, and is absolutely a wild party child, like you wouldn't believe, like her high school stories. Y'all know, on that table right there. Yeah. Just to sum up Monica, the stories I have are endless, and they all kind of mold into each other because they're all the same, of just her kind of like mucking up, and then me trying to kind of fix it, and then her just doing the same thing over and over again, and then we just laugh about it. That seems to be our relationship. May's engagement party was a couple of weeks ago, and then Monica actually said this story during her speech, which is amazing. I cracked up laughing hearing about it multiple times during the night when she was practicing the speech, but it was during our uncle's funeral. Very sad, we were all crying, it was devastating, really sudden, and we were in the back just crying our eyes out. And then Dad is really bad at funerals. He laughs. And so he told Monica that he tends to laugh at funerals, which was a mistake. It's a very bad mistake. Very disrespectful mistake. So we were all sitting on the pew. It was May, Monica, me, and we were just crying, and Monica's crying, and then it just all of a sudden, and they're going through like the prayers, the rosary beads, and the Hail Marys, and it was just really beautiful until Monica just kind of goes right on my arm. Like right here on my arm, I felt it. And then that's why she went like that, and I was like, dead silent room. I tried so hard not to laugh that I started coughing and spluttering and tried to cry. And and apparently I did very well, but my uncle's nieces kind of turned around and gave us a dirty eye, and I was just going, and so Monica's just like cracking up laughing. May's next to her cracking up laughing. I'm like, why did I deserve this? I mean, it's not even like, why? So, and then Monica later on just goes, oh, I was just really sad, and then I just don't want to be sad anymore, so I just did it. Like, I just did it. Oh, Monica's impulse control is the worst. And so, look, all our stories are basically like that, where she's just, like, she's hugging me, and then she'll just lick my shoulder, and I hate spit. And like, I'll just be like, oh God, why would you do that? So it's just, that's her in a nutshell. It's just a lot of no impulse control, a lot of that face. A lot of that face over the years is her signature. But the one thing that I could, like, completely without a doubt believe is that my life would be so boring without her, for better or for worse. And I'm so happy that she's found a man that matches that, because he's just as bad as her. And I know all the church people in here think that Aaron is such this nice, innocent boy, but no, you have no idea. Half the things Monica tells me, I'm like, did you do that? She goes, no, Aaron did. I'm like, they're just as bad as each other. So your marriage is going to be a heck of a fun time. And I'm so glad that you found someone very similar to you, the exact same. Even though you're complete opposites on the outside, it's your inner souls are intertwined in the most nastiest, grossest way. But you know what? It's funny, right? So I love you, and I am so proud of you, and I'm so proud of myself that I managed to get all of this done. Next up for speeches is a man of few words who will probably only say a few words and then leave.
Very few.
Mum and Dad of the bride, Colin and Carmelina Lamb. Oh, look at you, you came prepared.
Very short. First of all, I'd like to thank God for the day. Beautiful day. When you sit and think about it, once upon a time, I held her in my arms. And they're so delicate, and they depend on us to help them. Anyway, we just have to teach them the right way, and then they'll do the rest. And when you look back, you just wonder where all that time went. 25 years just gone like that, as you can tell. So I know Monica and Aaron have been together a long time, before this day. It should have happened a couple of years ago. But anyway, I know they're going to have a long relationship, a long marriage, a lot of children. Oh, this is like a road map, so I've forgotten the part. And they're very good together, so well done. And I think the secret of a good marriage, when you talk, and talk. And Aaron, occasionally you might get a word, okay? So the door is always open at home, 24/7, anytime, just not first. And that's about it. So well done, you two, and a good day. Thank you.
First of all, thank you everyone for coming.
You're welcome.
Families, friends, relatives, thank you very much. And also those people out there. Thank you. And I would like to tell my beloved daughter, you're gonna be good girl. Aaron, put up your feet. I know Monica. She's a very big man. And so just calm down, come, live here. So that's all I need to say. Thank you.